Hello everybody. So, MTGA's finished updating, so I thought I'd finish this this draft tonight. The Planewide Proliferating deck, Part 2. Let's jump into a game, see if we can't win any more matches. See how it goes. And if the game ends quickly enough, or the rest of the run in the draft, might end up drafting another. We'll see. I'll make it a different video though, because yeah, I don't want to put two drafts in one video, confuse everybody. Although some of my earlier streams I did do that, so there you go. But I like to give you guys plenty of draft content because I think draft is one of the more fun, exciting, fresh formats for Magic. When you play Standard, I know Standard's quite fresh right now because everyone's trying out new decks and things, but I think if you play Standard for too long, it starts to become a bit of a, oh, I've seen that before, and I think especially with War of the Spark draft, it seems like you can play quite a few different archetypes and do well with them. Some archetypes seem to just have a better situation than others, but for the most part it seems to be fairly even. This hand seems fine. We can fix for blue mana with New Horizons. We might pull an island, but yeah, this hand seems fine. So opponent's scrying top, open with an island. We get our own island, so we can play Erratic Visionary into New Horizons, which is pretty good. Got another island. Opponent's on red-blue, maybe spells matter, or maybe they're playing Grixis. We'll see. Okay. More. There's a Krenko. Okay, Krenko's pretty scary. I think we need to drop the Crawl Stinger, just so we have a blocker for Krenko. No attacks. Do they have removal for the Crawl Stinger? An Iron Bully, putting a counter on Krenko. And are they going to swing with him? They are not. Okay, that's a pretty interesting decision there. So New Horizons on the forest here. And I think we're going to put the counter on the... If we put the counter on the Crawl Stinger, it still dies to removal. It gets out of range of Chandra's Pyrohelix, but it still dies to Jaya's Greeting. Whereas if I put it on the Visionary, he's a bit of a better blocker, but I think the Crawl Stinger is the correct play still. And we might loot with the Visionary here. Depends what our opponent does. They might start proliferating on Krenko, which could be pretty scary. The 1/1 counters are going to be a bit of an issue for us to deal with. If they can give Krenko first strike, that's going to be more problematic. Okay, that's an issue. We're going to have to just tap the Visionary and ditch an island. Okay, so we weren't going to get out of range of a Heartfire no matter what way we spun it, so... But, yeah, Krenko's going to get out of hand pretty damn fast, so we need to drop the Curial's Dambreaker or else we're not going to have anything to block the Krenko up. Okay. So they could swing with Krenko again, but then Krenko will die. If they can somehow pump Krenko, this is going to be a real big issue. A real big issue indeed. So they could make they're going to have 7 Goblin tokens. So yeah, Krenko gets out of hand pretty fast, especially if you can keep him alive. They got like another Heartfire. I'm fine trading the Dambreaker for Krenko. That is fine by me. Okay, they're not going to swing. Right. We're going to loot with the Visionary. And we just pull more forests, so we will drop a forest and drop the Spellkeeper Weird, just to give us a little bit more blocking power against the 1/1 tokens. We got to loot through our deck pretty fast now, because we need to hit some action. Otherwise, like I said, Krenko is going to get out of hand. Our opponent is stuck on 3 mana though, so... Okay, let's loot again. Okay, there's a Contentious Plan. I guess we'll do it just to see what we draw. Lazotep plating. That might be relevant, actually. That could actually save our Dam Breaker from removal, potentially. All the Spellkeeper Weird. Opponent's got some instant speed stuff. This game's not going particularly well, though. Krenko is not something we can really deal with. We need to start getting some Thunder Drakes, proliferating them up. Opponent's on 4 mana now, so they can start playing some bigger threats. See what they've got. Callous Dismissal. It allows Lazotep plating in response. Sky Theatre Strix is fine. Okay. Bloom Hulk. So tap Visionary. Planewide Celebration. Well, we've got the mana to cast it, not this turn, we don't. But we can Bloom Hulk to give us another blocker. Proliferate up on the Amass token. We can do some pretty crazy stuff with this, actually. We could return... It says return permanents, so we haven't got really many creatures to return, but it depends if our opponent starts doing some swinging here. But yeah, Planewide Celebration, and then we can bring it back with the Spellkeeper Weird. Okay, opponent's going to swing with just the Strix. We'll take it. Could just proliferate this into a huge creature. So is the Sphinx going to return? Oh, they're just going to lose a Goblin? Oh, I suppose they want the Flyers. Okay, let's loot. Hey, ditch the island. Going to drop the Drake. And pass turn. So we can kill the Strix. That's about it. Depends what our opponent has here. Just the attacking with the Sphinx, that's fine. No blocks. Pass. So ideally we need to be able to play 2 cards in one turn. Another Sky Theatre Strix. It's going to be difficult to play 2 cards with... Ah, that's better. We can play the Guild Globe, draw a card. Okay, we've got a Wandering Croc, or Ward Scale Croc, that seems fine. We can pump up the Thunder Drake. Hopefully they don't have removal in response, or else we're going to have to start getting pretty aggressive. No escape, that's fine. So we're going to lose the Croc, but the Drake's going to get a counter, and that's the most important thing, because Planewide Celebration can turn this into a huge threat. We can also gain some life as well. I think I might swing with the 4/4, see if they want to trade anything for it. They could trade the Krenko, they could trade some of the other things. But I think swinging with the 4/4 seems fine. We do need to start pushing some damage. I'm surprised they didn't just chump a Goblin into it, but we'll see. Our opponent might have some contentious plans here, start proliferating up their Krenko and things. Iron Bully, going to put another counter on Krenko. They're going to put it on the Sphinx, okay. So Planewide Celebration does give us a lot of life, so we can let our opponent swing through, it's not really a problem. Okay, we've got another Thunder Drake. Rightio. So we'll only have 4 mana left, so we can't really do both. I think it's probably worth just Planewide Celebrating right now. So we're going to gain life. We're going to proliferate twice and return the Crawl Stinger. And we will swing with the 4/4 again. Okay, I'm just going to trade a creature for it. So, see if our opponent's got any answers to Planewide Celebration. If not, we can recur it with the Spellkeeper Weird. Alright, they've got their own Spellkeeper Weird, which means they can pull back Callous Dismissal, but they can't do it till next turn. So we might want to pull back Lazotep Plating instead. So if we were to tap the Spellkeeper Weird to bring back Lazartec plating. We could do that in response to him doing whatever he's planning. So could we play everything? Can't quite play the Crawl Stinger. We can't sack and do that as well though, so I think we'll just go to combat. And we could swing with the Amass token as well. I think that seems fine. We're still holding back the Dam Breaker, but we're a bit light on blockers, so maybe we'll just swing with the Bloom Hulk. Ideally, we want to be Okay, that seems very odd. I will definitely accept that trade. That way they can't recur Callous Dismissal for our Thunder Drake. Now I might actually play the Cruel Stinger. Yeah, I think it's worth it. Now that they've done that, I think this is certainly worth it. Have they got a Gyre's Greeting? Doesn't look like it. Okay, and we've got a Death Toucher for the Krenko, or any other sort of creature they decide to drop. What could our opponent have that's going to get them out of this rather sticky situation? A ton of Proliferate would do it, or at least it would trade with some of our bigger boys. I think in end step we're going to tap the Spellkeeper Weird. Opponent concedes. Okay. Right, so Krenko's going to be a bit of an issue. He comes down pretty early though, so we don't have much of a way to deal with him. The Wanderer might be a way to deal with him if he gets too big. As well, it works well against the Rescuer Sphinx as well, so I think we're going on the white plan. I think we definitely want the Lazartec playing. That seems like it's going to pay dividends. Snare Spinner seems alright against the Strixes. Probably don't need the Guild Globe might actually be better if we're splashing. Obnixilis seems like he's going to be a bit weak. We'll take the swamps out and we'll put some planes in there instead. We need to cut 2 more cards. Woodscale Croc's probably not going to get much value, so we'll probably take that out. And if we're going to drop the Woodscale Croc, then it might be worth dropping the Cure as well, because we don't hit many targets with it. So we're kind of going on a bit more low to the ground. Yeah, trying to rely on those Thunder Drakes to win out. And if they get any particularly dangerous creatures, the Wanderer can exile them. We could Gideon's Triumph them or Wanderer's Strike them. I think this seems like a fine set of mana. We've only got a Arlen, Kasmina. I don't think we need the Interplanar Beacon. I think we could just run. Yeah, that seems fine. 7 forests. Do we want 7 forests actually? We do need double green for these, but I think I actually want the extra planes just to try and hit white mana early on in case we need it to cast. This might hurt us, but I think we might need it. We want to cast those early white pieces of removal, which can be pretty essential, especially against a early game threat like Krenko, who can just run away with the game if you can't shut them down. Okay, so we've got double green and a white. We've got the Wanderer in hand. I think we keep this. Opponent's going to go first. Hopefully they don't curve into Krenko again. It's quite possible that they do. We're just hoping they don't. At least we can drop the Cruel Stinger in response. Okay, blue, a red and a blue. Get a Skyfit Strix. Got another white. Let's drop 1 white. An Iron Bully, so they're going to put a counter on Strix. That's fine. Okay, we're just drawing all our white mana and nothing else, which is a little annoying. The Iron Bully's going to go through for 1 as well, so our opponent's looking at hitting us for 3. So we'll be down to 15. Don't really have any answers right now. Spellgorger Weird. Okay, that looks like it's going to be a good target for our removal. I think we want to play the Spellkeeper Weird as a blocker for the Iron Bully or the Spellgorger Weird. And we do have enough mana for Arlen, so if we can hold out long enough to get Arlen, I think we can start getting this game in our favour. But we do need an answer to the Strix. We need one of our own flyers, or we need some removal for it. Cast Dismissal, okay. Opponent's going to create 1/1 token. Do they have an answer to the Cruel Stinger? I'll take that block. Not letting that get away with the game, that's just a terrible idea. Okay, Gateway Plaza. And we have a Kasmina. I think Kasmina is a pretty fine pull here. We can at least block the Amass token, maybe encourage them to swing at Kasmina instead of our face. I'll ditch the planes. So yeah, whilst we don't have enough mana to cast the Arlen, we could get some Proliferating going. So are they going to swing at the Kasmina or are they going to go face? Okay, they're going to go for the Kasmina. Okay, yep, they're going to try and wipe Kasmina out, which is fine.
Some members burn too hot.
Okay, we can get the Arlen down. The Arlen doesn't have any protection though. Is it fine anyway? Or we could drop this and then we could get the Bloom Hulk out. Put a counter on our wizard. Proliferate the wizard up. And go face for 4. We need to start pressuring them. We can't really win this race, but maybe we can force them to commit some more stuff onto their Strixers. But yeah, we're looking pretty sad against all of these flyers. We don't really have a way to deal with them. Well, we've got a few ways to deal with them actually. Vivian's a good way to deal with them. Kasmina's Transmutation, okay. I will take that block. It is better to conserve even a small amount of life. Okay, Wanderer's Strike leaves us with 2 mana up. We can't block either of their creatures anyway, so we're just going to swing for 5. Let's see what they've got. Could just be a simple Heartfire here for the kill. Playing our Wide Celebration would actually be really nice. We could just gain 16 life and then keep going face. Force them onto the defensive. Looks like they're just going to Heartfire us. Yeah, okay. So that's game. Just got burned out by those Strixers there. Need to get our... I think Steady Aim's probably going to be worth sideboarding in against those many flyers. And what do we take out? Wanderer's really only good against Krenko if Krenko gets out of hand, and that's about it, whereas most of these other cards also deal with Krenko. So maybe we take the Wanderer out. She was kind of sitting dead in our hand that game, and if she was a Steady Aim we could have kept our board in check a lot faster. It can also be a good way to bypass removal if we want to keep one of our creatures alive. I think playing first here is fine, and we got a Vivian. That's pretty excellent. Unfortunately, the rest of the hand doesn't kind of add up, but hopefully Vivian can find us some action. Or we can pull another creature for to protect Vivian. Depends what our opponent gets out. Early on. I think this is an easy keep though. We only really need 1 planes. If we draw extra planes, we'll just loot them out with Kasmina once we can cast her. Snare Spinner would be excellent here. I'll take an island though, it seems fine to me. Okay, Okay, opponent's got no answer to the Vivian, so we'll just get the Vivian down right away. And we will minus 2 Vivian. No creatures. We'll just exile the planes since we don't need more. So not seeing any creatures here. Kasmina seems like a pretty good pull though. She can give, Vivian can give the wizard token reach and vigilance. Opponent doesn't play anything. They might have a no escape. Do we play into it? Do we need to play into it? Not necessarily. Could just uptick Vivian, pass. I think it's better to play risky. Okay, we're gonna get a paid off for playing a little riskier. We'll ditch the forest, we can find more lands. And uptick to give the token reach. I don't think they'll have any haste flyers, but you never know, they might Strix and Samus sprint it. And we can start getting Proliferate rolling. Okay, there's a Cruel Stinger. We can play it at instant speed, so we're gonna draw a card. And I think we're gonna discard the... Kinda don't want to discard the Planewide Celebration, but do we need the Cruel Stinger? We've got good removal in hand, so maybe we don't need the Stinger. And we're going to give this token Vigilance and Reach. Go face for 2. And we're going to Contentious Plan, proliferating on our Planeswalkers. Drawing a Spellkeeper weird. Okay, that's good. Could always just Spellkeeper to pull back the Contentious Plan. We're ideally looking for another land here, so we can play the Wanderer's Strike. There's an Ilhag. Okay, so we need to get rid of Ilhag ASAP, i.e. we're going to Wanderer's Strike Ilhag. Opponent just concedes. Really? Really? Why would you concede? You just put Ilhag 3 cards under and then just replay him in a couple of turns. Okay, well, seems good to me. Alright, so final boss time. Who are we going to be up against? How stacked will their deck be? Probably fairly stacked. Probably fairly stacked. But let's see. So we're earning gems out of this draft, which feels good. This hand seems fine. We've got early Erratic Visionary. We'll probably find some green mana. We've got some protection for our creatures. Okay, opponent's on green. Oh, we've got Kasmina as well. That's nice. Opponent's on green-white Selesnya. Okay, so they've probably got another Proliferate deck up against us. Well, looks like we'll see whose board state can get bigger. Depends on what Planeswalkers they have. They've got an Arlen's Wolf. Okay. So we're going to drop the Cruel Stinger. It can't actually block Arlen's Wolf, but there you go. Can he put counters on Arlen's Wolf? He's going to go face for 3. Trusted Pegasus, that makes it even more awkward. And if we drop Kasmina, Kasmina's going to die. I think that's fine. At least it forces his damage on Kasmina as opposed to at our face.
Focus on what matters.
Do we need the Interplanar Beacon? We might do if we need Ob Nixilis to get us out of a tricky spot. Let's go face for 2. Can't block the Arlen's Wolf anyway. So what we need here is Vivian Reed, really, so we can deal with the Pegasus. Though the Arlen's Wolf will still get a kill. God Eternal Ronus! Okay, so they get double power this turn. Hits us for 10? Bloody hell. Okay, that's pretty scary. So if we Cura, We still can't Bloom Hulk in the same turn. Let's loot, see what we get.
Every day is a new lesson.
Okay, let's ditch the... Are we dead? We're dead. We don't have any answers to this. Unless we contentious plan and pull one, I guess. What would save us? Vivian? No, we just get a forest. Concede. No answer to that. Okay, so God Tunnel Ronus. We need to be able to deal with Ronus. How do we do that? And the rest of a Proliferate deck. I think we want the white plan, and I think we're even going to go so far as to run Dovin's Veto. No, that doesn't work against Ronus. Never mind me. If we can get some creatures big enough that we can ignore Ronus, though. Steady Aim, Encouraging Crisis might be relevant as well. What don't we want? Lazotep Plating's unlikely to see very much value. They might have a Wanderer's Strike or something, but I'm willing to... Let's drop the Guild Globe. Is Obnixus going to be worth it? Don't think so. Drop the Swamps, drop the Interplanar Beacon. Ward Scale Croc. It's not going to trade very well against Ronus. Though Ronus has got Death Touch anyway, so nothing's really going to trade very well against it. Let's see, how's our land looking? Are we just going on this plan again? I think it makes sense. Do you want the Kiora? Do we want something else? Maybe we drop the Kiora for a second copy of Courage and Crisis. Try to grow some of our creatures. Maybe a stealth mission. Try to push some damage. I think that makes sense. What do we want to get rid of? Single contentious plan. Now we need to proliferate. I think we get rid of the Spellkeeper Weird. It's not, the Spellkeeper Weird doesn't offer pressure, it just offers a late game value engine with Planewide Celebration, but Planewide Celebration doesn't save us against this if we can't get some pressure on board earlier. If we draw green mana, we're fine, so I guess we'll keep it. Gideon's Triumph seems fine. War Screecher. Don't think we care about that really. Okay. We're in top deck mode. Can we find green mana, or at least one mana of any sort really? On's Wolf. Okay, Cruel Stinger, can't play it, pass. Might have been a bit greedy keeping that hand, but... Another War Screecher. Snare Spinner, it's fine. Okay, Planewide Celebration. I think we're basically in scoop mode. Guess we ditch the stealth mission. No. Just ditch that. Probably just scooping here. Just can't draw anything. Can't draw one of our blue creatures, which make up most of our 2-drops. Can't draw any green mana, so... Probably just gonna have to call this 4 wins. Put that down to my bad mulligan decision. Yeah, Gideon's Triumph isn't gonna do anything. Yeah, gonna scoop. No point wasting our time there. Well, that is a pretty sad end to the draft. That was very quick set 5. But hey ho, we still earned some gems. We got 5 packs, so it's definitely a win. Still a win for us. Still very much a win. Let's open our pack, see what we get. Tomic. I don't think I'll be playing him in standard. Maybe in some strange world if they. I mean, I don't think they'd print the text on him without releasing something in the next set that makes him relevant, or a set plan set, you know, in the future. Dreadhorde Butcher for the Jund Jank deck. The turn 3 kill, or is it turn 2? I think it's turn 3. Turn 3 kill. Living Twister. Haven't really found a deck to that he works in yet. Maybe in some sort of teamer deck. Wilderness Reclamation might be pretty value. Mobilized District. Yeah, sure, why not? Don't think it's particularly very good, but we'll keep it. I mean, we have no option to not keep it, but yeah, you know what I mean. And another Spark Double. Certainly a pretty fun card to play around with, we'll admit. Doubling Planeswalkers and things, or legendary creatures. Can do some funny stuff with that. Anyway, that'll be the end of this draft. Hope you guys enjoyed it. It was nice to play a Simic Proliferate deck that actually was... Well, it wasn't huge on the Proliferate. We missed some of our early Proliferate creatures, or targets for proliferating, and but it had some nice synergy with the Planeswalkers. And we got to play Planewide Celebration at least once, so that's nice. I don't think it's necessarily a card that wins you the game. I mean, most games we were winning without it, so but I think when you do pull it, it has got nice value. It certainly sets your opponent back, so if they're on the beatdown plan, it might put them 2 or 3 turns back, which can make a big difference. But yeah, it was fun to try out. Anyway, and with the end of the draft comes the end of the video. For those of you guys watching on YouTube, it's been me, Jaff Commander Coffee. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.